Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I am doing a twin flame reading and energy update. So this is going to be a look into the divine masculine and divine feminine energies, as well as how those energies may be interacting and playing together. So if you are someone who is consciously on a twin flame journey, you may find that these messages resonate with what you consider to be the external divine masculine and external divine feminine. But if you do not connect with the idea of being on a twin flame path, or if you are not necessarily in interaction with or communication with a twin flame, these messages may equally apply to the divine masculine and divine feminine internally within yourself. You also might find that some of these messages connect with a particular soulmate situation or some other kind of love connection in your life. So I'm going to start by shuffling the energy oracle cards, and right away we have financial constraints in the upright position. And mentally, I had set the intention to channel first into the divine masculine energy field. I keep getting a name with an H. For some reason, the name Harold is coming through for someone. This could be a past relative or ancestor. I was also picking up yesterday a lot of feminine ancestral energy, particularly a woman who was or appeared to be between her 60s and 80s and had kind of mid-length curly gray hair. So I don't know whose potential ancestor that might be. That could be a passed on relative. It could be someone in your life, but I do sense some kind of guidance or protection energetically from this being that was coming through. Now, do keep in mind, of course, throughout these readings, I channel many different people, connections, situations. So only take the messages as they resonate for you personally. Okay, so I feel this focus on business, work, or finances coming from some divine masculines here. I'm hearing for someone, and I'm getting an S name for a person. I'm picking up on a masculine who's potentially been throwing themselves into work as a form of distraction, or they feel as though their whole life has kind of become about waking up, going to work, or doing whatever they do for the purpose of financial stability, and then repeating this cycle over and over. It feels like a masculine who has been feeling a bit negative lately through this awareness of being stuck in some kind of this endless work, sleep, eat, repeat loop cycle. So from the guidebook, this guidebook message says there's a big difference between what you need and what you want. This card is telling you to take care of your needs and bide your time. Things will get better. Interesting. So that line, a difference between what he needs and what he wants. By the way, when I use labels like masculine, feminine, he, she, his, her, of course, gender is really irrelevant here. These labels in these readings can apply to either gender. They are speaking to energy dynamics. So I'm really picking up a strong message from this financial constraints card that there is a bit of a disconnect for the divine masculine here about what he desires in his heart, what he truly wants, and what he feels like he needs to be doing right now in the physical world, either for the purpose of surviving, keeping things afloat financially. For some, this could be responsibilities of some kind, and a few Moonology cards came out here. So we have the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. I'm also picking up on Scorpio energy. So Scorpio, Capricorn, Gemini, someone's sun, moon, or rising sign could be involved here. But what I'm getting with this end of a tough cycle, by the way, I'm picking up on ocean symbolism as well. So someone might connect with the ocean. But what I'm feeling is for this masculine, something reaching a peak and finally breaking open, something becoming very intensified, which, by the way, I'm picking up that you, Divine Feminine, may be feeling this intensification going on within the Divine Masculine, within yourself. Particularly through muscular tension or tension in the solar plexus, the stomach, the abdomen, as well as tension in the upper back, neck, and shoulders, even the mid-back, particularly actually, because that mid-back area can connect with the heart space. And I'm picking up that a lot of what is becoming more intense for this masculine is I'm getting like the tension between his head and his heart. So it's like his logical self is telling him to keep doing one thing, to do one thing, whereas the heart is pulling him with increasing intensity in a different direction. I'm picking up as well that many of you Divine Feminines may actually be applying this to your inner Divine Masculine. So when it comes to work, to finances, career, your life, you may also be feeling this increasing tension. I keep seeing an M in someone's name, first or last name here. You might be feeling an increasing tension between where your heart and soul is leading you and the vision of your logical mind. So you might feel as though you're really being led by blind faith into the dark on something in your life, whether it's pursuing some kind of a dream, a passion, going in some kind of direction that really makes you feel deeply alive, and yet at the same time feeling this tension, which I'm getting could involve other people who kind of implant these doubts and fears upon you or make you kind of question yourself or your intuition because, okay, I'm getting a message for a Divine Feminine that there are people around you who are very much living in fear. Now, in the extended version of the reading, Divine Feminine, whoever you are resonating with this, I will be channeling more messages about this blind faith you might feel yourself having in some kind of a dream, goal, or endeavor. And I will also be channeling extended messages about these others I'm seeing around you who might be living in fear as well. So if you would like more information on that, the link to the extended Patreon reading is in the pinned comment and description box under this video. We are getting as well the Fall Into My Arms card from the Starseed Oracle. And this card says surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. And I'm picking up from your spirit guides, Divine Feminine. I'm getting a G or H name for someone here. I'm picking up from your spirit guides that right now, you are learning to master being able to hold space for the opposites within yourself, particularly when it comes to allowing that fear, that tension, that uncertainty to exist within you, holding space for that, while at the same time also being able to hold that other extreme of confidence, of faith, of trust, and continuing to allow yourself to be led by that faith, led by that inner knowing that we call intuition, in spite of that opposite that you are holding, that fear, that doubt that might come up from time to time. Yeah, I just keep hearing the way you keep moving forward is by continuing to hold those opposite extremes without wavering, not being afraid of the darkness within yourself, of those waves of fear, of self-confidence. I'm seeing someone journaling, so my guides are also saying that finding a way to channel that opposite, that fear that might come up into something creative, into journaling, sharing those fears with someone that you trust around you who supports where you're headed, where you're going, could be really beneficial as well. To vent it, to kind of release it from your system, especially around the time of this full moon that we're just coming out of, because this full moon cycle has been incredibly intense. I posted about this on Instagram. You can follow me, by the way. My Instagram is at Magnetize Yourself, but I would love to hear from you in the comments as well, how these moon energies may have impacted you particularly. Have you felt any kind of shift? Because the energy I've been picking up from this full moon has been that it, in many ways, has been intensifying the negatives at times, really bringing up certain patterns and dynamics internally that maybe we haven't been wanting to face or even haven't been conscious about, for the purpose of allowing us to release some of those patterns and shift into this fresh, exhilarating new energy that I sense from now into the next few days, maybe coming in following the full moon passing of the energy. So do let me know in the comments how you've been affected by that. I just saw the number 1144, so that might be connecting with someone. And if so, I am going to be channeling a quick message from that number as well. You guys know I like to channel messages and pieces of guidance from these repeated numbers as they come through the readings. So this signifies new things coming your way and a sense of divine intervention. And particularly, I'm picking up that for you, Divine Feminine, you might be feeling more of the release of old cycles in order to make space for these new things to enter your life, or rather to be attracted into your life through the lightness of your energy that is achieved through the release of these very dense, heavy patterns within yourself. Whereas on the opposite side of things, for the divine masculine polarity, the masculines might be feeling more of this divine intervention in their life. Although feminine, some of you might be feeling this as well. I'm getting that for masculines, this might look like delay, like somehow a self-sabotage. It might look like, why aren't things working, for lack of better words to describe it. That's really channeling directly from many of these divine masculines' minds. Much of how they are feeling is, why aren't things working in the same way anymore? And it's because in response to that, we have door to spirit upright, because things are meant to be different, because they are in the process of a powerful awakening. So I want to know what the divine masculines are consciously thinking and feeling at this time. So I'm picking up on a very messy, chaotic energy right away. So what is feeling messy? And I instantly heard my feelings for you, Divine Feminine, is feeling very messy. There could be a masculine coming through here who feels as though to act on his feelings for the Divine Feminine would lead to a messy or chaotic situation. I'm picking up on someone who might be in a long-standing karmic romantic relationship. This person could have a family. I'm sensing others involved, or some kind of deeply entrenched 3D structure, system, relationship, etc. in this masculine's life that would really be experiencing upheaval if this masculine were to act on the feelings he has for a feminine. But the problem is, those feelings are intensifying and it's becoming very overwhelming. I hear this divine masculine, or a divine masculine here, saying, I know so clearly now what I want, what my heart desires, and yet I am feeling such a sense of emotional overwhelm. And although they're more unconscious of the energetic overwhelm, they might just be feeling it as emotions. They might not really be I'm hearing they might be more logical, not so much interested in the spiritual, energetic side of things. But my spirit guides and their spirit guides are telling me that the energetic overwhelm is very much present as well. And that is coming because of the way their energy has been shaken up through this spiritual awakening process. I'm seeing that someone here might connect with the symbolism of a lion, but also there's something about the lion's eyes standing out here, telling me this masculine is heavily watching you, divine feminine, fixated on you. I'm connecting a lot with the color yellow or like a golden color here, but I'm picking up on a very protective energy. I got a C name for someone. I feel that, and of course we get the yin yang card in the upright position, the number 1 twin flame card in the deck. So this masculine absolutely may be a twin flame situation for many of you. I'm picking up that your bond is very ancient. I'm getting the letter B for someone. And what I'm picking up is that this masculine is, because this yin yang card came out on the conscious mind. You guys know I tend to channel the higher self messages as well as the conscious 3D messages, because sometimes there is a disconnect between what we think and feel consciously in 3D and how our higher self is feeling, where our spirit guides or the divine forces we connect with are leading us, that we kind of collectively call the 5D. So I do try to channel messages from both the 3D and 5D level. But for the divine masculine on the 3D level, there is the yin yang card. There is the recognition of, he may or may not call it twin flames. I'm seeing someone with like brown hair here that's kind of messy. This masculine may or may not recognize it as twin flames, and yet he recognizes the depth of this soul connection. I do feel he would refer to it as a soul connection that he may or may not fully understand. But what he does know, with all tied up upright and the sun card reversed, when he tries to resist a new beginning, a movement forward, what he gets is stagnancy, not just in love situations, but in his life as well. He feels the pull of destiny to this connection and to you, divine feminine. And again, I'm still feeling like it's hard for him to fully consciously grasp or understand, but he knows that it's there, that there is this pull. I'm picking up that depending on his level of awakening and spiritual awareness, he may be more or less conscious of what this connection is. Some more highly aware divine masculines may identify this as a twin flame. You may even very well be a divine masculine watching this reading. But for others, this may still be deeply unconscious. He may not be aware really at all what this is. But regardless, across the board, what the masculine here is recognizing is, with the sun card reversed, the new beginning card reversed, whenever I try to get away from you or to move on with my life or to forget our bond or connection, to resist the new beginning, I feel this divine intervention. That's where that term divine intervention is coming in here from earlier. I feel this divine intervention coming in, and I just feel so stuck in my life. I feel like I can't and don't desire to move forward in my life without you. I got the name Josh for someone. Also, I keep seeing North or South Carolina in the United States. So someone might be from some of those states. I'm also seeing a city that might have an L letter in it. For many divine masculines, there is still this feeling of internal conflict, because although there are these powerful realizations happening through the spiritual awakening, even the realization consciously of this soul bond, the realization that there is a kind of destiny pulling him to the divine feminine and to this shared future of some kind. At the same time, there is this fighting against, and I feel that a lot of that fighting against may have to do with 3D circumstances that cause this situation to feel, with victory reversed, a bit hopeless or too uncertain, if that makes sense. So In the extended version of the reading, I will be channeling more into this divine masculine's conscious thoughts and feelings about the divine feminine, which it does feel like many of these feelings are a bit conflicted. So we will be getting deeper into that, as well as what he desires to say to the divine feminine, both at that 3D conscious level, as well as at the higher self level. These will contain love-related messages as well. So the link to the extended reading on Patreon is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. Okay, so I am now going to be reshuffling the cards and switching to the divine feminine polarity and channeling some messages about what the divine feminine has been going through. And two strong messages just came through right away that divine feminines, you are both profoundly stepping into your power and simultaneously feeling a ton of energetic intensity, some of which is energetic transference, both from a divine masculine you might be connected to, as well as a collective consciousness that of course you are tapped into, that is going through, I'm hearing shifts and changes you already went through. Some of this energetic intensity feels like you are processing shifts, changes, energetic alchemizations that you've actually personally already dealt with or gone through within your own energy field, but you are now assisting either a particular other soul. This could be a divine masculine you are connected to. This could be a collective of souls that are more tied in with you in 3D, such as a family. This could be just collective consciousness. But what this has the energy of is, to you, it might feel as though you are repeating cycles. I heard the word sick, so someone may have gotten sick recently. It might feel as though you're repeating old cycles when really it's not even mostly your own cycle. It's energy that you are transmuting for a greater consciousness, whether again, it's a family, a community, the collective, a particular soul you are connected to. So I got a K name for a divine feminine listening. And by the way, while I'm shuffling and pulling a few initial cards here, if you are a divine feminine listening, as I know most of you are, and you would like to receive a message, if you subscribe to the channel and like the video, these are forms of energetic transference. This really tunes you into our collective and allows me to channel more specifically for you and your situation. So we have Angel of Love in the reverse position. This is the unconditional love card. And right away, I felt that someone has a very intense person or group of people around them, divine feminines, who has been giving them conditional love because they don't know how to love themselves. This could be a parent figure. I'm absolutely getting that it could be a family member. I saw red hair, but for some reason I saw someone with dyed hair that was some color that doesn't normally exist as a natural hair color. Specifically, I saw blue hair. I don't know why that's coming up, but maybe someone listening has blue hair or blue streaks in your hair or something. But I'm picking up that there is a conditional love wound being healed within some divine feminines, and I heard narcissist, so this person could be a narcissist around you, but it feels like, and I feel this just wave of emotion, this could even be someone who has passed on. I saw a graveyard, so this could be someone who gave you conditional love, like a parent or a grandparent or someone in your life who may have actually passed, and there is still this feeling of, why couldn't you unconditionally see me and unconditionally love me? Now, for others of you, this will be someone who is still incarnated in the physical earth plane. And regardless, I feel this tension between this person's higher self, which has been trying to lead them into unconditional self-love, which would then allow them, if they could accept themselves, they could accept you. But this person has been resisting self-love, has been resisting self-acceptance, and they project that out as these narcissistic traits or tendencies, characteristics, this inability to fully see, accept, and unconditionally love people around them. This person, or whoever I'm thinking of here, may also, for lack of a better wording, may have a loose relationship with the truth. This could be someone who has lied to you in the past, or I'm hearing just maybe twisted the truth in certain ways, or left you with a sense of betrayal. And I'm hearing reopening the wound. It feels like maybe when you're around this person, you might try to kind of fortify yourself beforehand, emotionally, energetically. You might be into holistic therapy or self-healing, psychology, traditional therapy even. But it feels like, I keep getting the name Morgan for someone. It feels like this person, again, whether it's a family member, whoever it is in your life, it does feel like there is a sense of obligation to continue connecting with this person, a strong desire to have them in your life, and a realization, a knowing of who they really are at this higher self level, a knowing that their higher self wants them to love themselves and then be capable of loving and accepting others. But there is this resistance of their 3D physical self to that higher self knowing, and you being the powerful healer that you are and the energetically attuned, sensitive being that you are. This puts you in a really tough situation because simultaneously you feel a lot of love for this person because you are able to see others' true intentions at a higher self level. It's almost as though unconsciously you're able to read the soul blueprint of others. So you can see what they at a higher self level desire themselves to be. You can see what would make them truly happy and fulfilled at a soul level. But it's been really difficult for you at times on the earth plane. I'm getting a G name for someone. It's been really difficult for you because you've been learning that you can see someone's soul blueprint, but you can't forcefully align them with it in the physical 3D world, especially if they're unwilling to face the shadows within themselves that they would need to face in order for them to align with those true soul intentions. And at some point, I feel this attempt to assist others in getting back to their true self. It's so beautiful on your end, Divine Feminine, but it's also brought you a lot of pain. I feel it drains you emotionally, energetically. It leaves you feeling like wounds are continuously being reopened. And with hostilities reversed, I feel your guide saying, like, I'm hearing don't fight the current, that at times, someone is going to make their own choices. Well, really always, someone is going to make their own choices. You can be that beacon of light, but you can't get down in the trenches and do the healing work for these others. And in fact, when you do make attempts to do this, it has such a dimming effect on you. And I really feel that at this time, especially around the full moon, you may have felt this shift back into self-focus. You may have been withdrawing yourself a bit from others. You may have been taking time for yourself to really get clear on your own intentions for yourself or your life, really clearing your energy, resetting your personal frequency, and ultimately through all of that, with Goddess of the Moon upright, you are stepping back into your power. Maintain this focus on yourself. Maintain fully tapped into your power, to your intuition, to that unconditional self-love within yourself that is so unconditionally self-loving. You have the courage and the clarity to set boundaries with these others in your life who may not be ready to accept your healing. I just keep hearing like you're a healer, but not everyone is ready to accept your healing. So I really was surprised by some of these messages for you, Divine Feminine, but if these are connecting, I will be channeling further spirit guide messages about your life generally, particularly about some of these situations you might be having come up as you connect with others. So the link to those extended spirit guide messages for you are in the pinned comment and description box under this video. Okay, so let's go ahead and channel what the collective Divine Feminine is consciously feeling or thinking toward the Divine Masculine at this time. Wow. So this is interesting. A card came out from the Twin Flames and Separation deck, and this card says, I'm in love with you, and I'm ready to take action. I want to build a beautiful life with you. But as I read this card, I didn't hear the Divine Feminine saying this to another person. I heard her talking in the mirror to herself. So it's as though the Divine Feminine is saying to herself, I love you, self. I'm ready to take action on your behalf, to help you improve your life, to help you find fulfillment within yourself, and really pursue whatever sets your soul on fire, whatever you came here to this planet to do. I'm ready to build this beautiful life for myself, to protect myself and care for myself in the ways that I may have in the past asked others to protect me or care for me. And I feel this really representing the integration happening powerfully within the Divine Feminine. We have indecision reversed, and I heard, I'm not going to remain stuck here forever. I feel like many Divine Feminines have been in a really stuck energy, particularly perhaps waiting on someone or something, or waiting for permission to move forward on some kind of new beginning for herself, her life, her work, a relationship. With the Sun card reversed, it might feel like for a while you've been stuck in these patterns, but there is this inner resolve coming through here. That again, it's like I'm no longer going to wait around. I'm not going to be stuck here forever. The numbers 1 and 8 in different combinations are really coming through here. I'm hearing face the music for some reason, like a Divine Feminine is giving herself a wake-up call about a situation with broken heart card upright. This could be platonic. This could be with family members, with those who might exhibit narcissistic traits that came through earlier. There's someone or potentially a group of people that have been unable to fully see her or honor her or worship, respect her in the ways that she deserved. But now she is no longer accepting that with Magician and the Mirror upright. This is another twin flame card in this deck, but it also speaks to deep integration of the inner Divine Masculine and inner Divine Feminine, and particularly how the feminine here, this integration is leading to profound self-love and the choice to self-support with action that supports and nourishes her soul, her mind, her body in this holistic way. So I am going to be channeling more messages for you, Divine Feminine, in the extended reading, more on how your conscious 3D self might be thinking or feeling, what you might be experiencing in the 3D world, as well as those higher self 5D messages that may want to come through for you or towards a Divine Masculine counterpart here. But for now, I am going to be closing the reading with a Rumi Oracle card. So what is one final message here? The impossible made possible. And this card is the number 9 card, which is really synchronistic because I've been seeing a lot of the number 999 coming through, especially for Divine Feminines. And I'm getting something about dance or ballet for someone. This guidebook says, love brings the sea into boiling and turns the mountain into a pebble. Love creates infinite openings in the dark sky and shudders the earth with its magnitude. Rumi. We only limit what we believe to be possible by our lack of imagination. The divine has recourse to all that is and all that is yet to be. Is there any limit to the resources of the heavens? No. So then, why has not every impossible dream now been rendered possible, indeed manifest in shining glory upon the earth? The human heart knows everything envisioned can manifest according to divine timing and grace. That fear is a childlike nightmare. That should you offer yourself up to the sacred loving power of the great Creator, you might be found lacking. The mind holds itself captive with dark fantasies of that profound rejection and then avoids confronting it directly at all costs. It creates barriers, instead, truly nothing more than lines in the sand, yet believed to be forts. But what strongholds can resist love? It is like water. It seeps into every available space and changes form to survive in every environmental condition. So now you are being guided by this loving power to drop the doubt, shed the incredulity, and open the mind. The universe wants something to happen for you, something beautiful, something utterly improbable, and something perfect for your path, your own unique divine destiny. When your heart is more powerful than your mind, you won't unintentionally block the incredible grace of manifestation, seeking to pour into your thirsty soul like the sweetest, purest waters of blessing. That feels like a beautiful, aligned place to close this reading. If anything from the reading today connected with you personally, I would love to hear from you in the comments under the video. I really love connecting with all of you and co-creating this community here through YouTube. So a huge thank you to all of you listening and tuned in here for being such an essential part of all of that. I am now going to be heading over to the extended reading on Patreon, where we will be channeling more in-depth messages and pieces of information to extend upon this reading. So more information on what is included in the extended reading is in the pinned comment and description box under this video, if you do feel guided to join me there as well. Otherwise, I am wishing you a beautiful, magical rest of your day. Take care. I'm sending you so much love, and I will talk to you again in Friday's reading.